Welcome to the first instalment, certainly the first live stream of What's on the Tapes. I'll just tweet out about it, but basically, if you've not been following me on Twitter or what have you, at What's on the Tapes, or at Pete D. Trenchard, my usual Twitter account, basically what's happened is I've had a breakdown, which is overstating it slightly, but only slightly. Basically, every January or so. Sorry, I'm trying to tweet and do this at the same time. Every January or so, I seem to develop an obsession. A few years back, it was Star Trek action figures. A couple of years back, it was the Doctor Who figurine collection, which I'm still collecting. And I guess it's an attempt to kind of get myself through the winter months. You know, my eBay purchase history just seems to spike in that time as I look for things to kind of throw myself into. And this is the latest one, but physically it is massive. Yeah, I've got about 400, it's going to be 500 VHS tapes that I have mostly bought. I did pick up 100 via Free Cycle today, so, you know, saving. It's 10 minutes away from my house. I thought, that'll be easy. That'll be nice and easy. I'll just go down there. I'll take my suitcase, I'll take my rucksack and a bag. 100 tapes, easy. I mean, bless the woman who clearly had a lot more patience than I would have done in the circumstances. I mean, she kind of took one look and went, have you got a car? No. Because there were just boxes and boxes, and now all those boxes live in my bedroom. Because I live in a house share and things, so I don't really have communal space to use, so yeah, it's all... My room looks like a hoarder's den, but I mean, it already did, if you look behind me, but more so now, let's say. So yeah, I do want to show you this before I actually start looking at any VHS tapes, though, because this came with the 100 tapes that I picked up today. Big box, and it's a card index for the 100 tapes. Basically, I mean, I didn't ask because, you know, emotional intelligence, but the vibe I got was that her mum had died. I mean, she said it wasn't her house. She said that her mum had built this up over years. She was fastidious about this stuff. So, yeah, I mean, when she said on the Free Cycle post that there was an index card, I was like, that's kind of going to ruin the fun of it a bit. Hey, Dan, how you doing? Because, you know, part of the fun of this for me is the mystery. But, I mean, it's all stuff like... I feel like it's the kind of thing that you would only understand if you did it. Films in French there. I know one of the cards said something like Nazis. So we got Tape 98, 4 hour... Most stuff crossed off. And, hey, Mandy. How's it going? Yeah, so I really like that. This in itself feels like treasure. I mean, it started as kind of just a fun distraction thing, but I think there is an aspect of preserving the past in this. You know, the more I do this stuff, the more I realise just how ephemeral. Hey, Daddy Dino, good. Get settled in, have a great old time. Hopefully. I mean, spoiler alert, this could be awful. And, I mean, that's kind of the spirit of the project, really. Whenever I load up a tape, you know, if I load it up and I see an ITV3 logo in the corner, I'm like, this is just telly from a couple of years ago. Whereas, you know, I load it up and I see the old school 2 for BBC Two, I'm like, I'm gonna start unbuckling. Hopefully this will work. I did it earlier. I've now upgraded my webcam to, well, I dug out a better webcam and microphone from my cupboard. When I tried recording something with it, it did make the tapes a little bit juddery, but hopefully it'll be perfectly watchable enough, basically. Because I've had to go via Streamcatcher, because the Elgato VHS capture. Well, this is also... Thank you. I'm really glad. I mean, yeah. I'm really kind of touched by the way that people have latched onto it as a thing. I know Ian very kindly tweeted about it, but he's tweeted out stuff I've done in the past, and it's had a minimal impact. Whereas there seems to be something about this that captures people's imaginations. I should say, I'm not the first person to do this kind of thing. Hopefully I'll do, something a bit different with it. But, there's various YouTube channels like the TV Museum and Why Don't YouTube. And, they upload stuff. But anyway, so yes, here's some VHS tapes. Ooh. So I think these 3 are from the 100. So there'll be details of them in the index card somewhere. Maybe at some point I'll compare the two. Not tonight, because I'm not familiar enough with the index card system. And these are other random ones that I've picked up. There seems to be a real Roman numerals thing going on. X, V. So let's get cracking, shall we? Because that's what you're here for. You're not here for me waffling on. So I'm gonna pop in V. Now, I think this is the batch of tapes. Hey, Greek Hypers, how you doing? Mandy and Dan are stalking each other, and earlier was fine. Thank you. Oh, I'm glad someone actually watched earlier. Yeah, I mean it was a weird thing. Oh, thank you for the bit. I don't push for bits and things, but yeah, I'm very grateful to anyone who decides to do that. We came for the tapes, but we stay for Pete's waffle. Well, thank you, but I am going to put a tape in now, if you don't mind. I think this might be the set of tapes, because some of these I've kind of looked a bit through, not in much detail for most of them, because I just keep getting more and more. I think this might be the ones where there was a 90s show called The Net on there, with these really weird video game review segments. Dropping frames. Okay, every now and then I seem to drop frames on this. I hope that it won't happen too much. I'm rewinding, so let's go over to video view. Just got to give it a minute to... There we go. I'm getting a new VCR tomorrow as well. Well, I'm getting a refurbished VCR because they don't do new ones anymore. I had ordered one that came today, and the one they said, do you have a particular brand you like? No. The only thing I need, I'd like it to have an S-video port, because that'll mean better quality for encoding and stuff. It came without an S-video port, and thank you, Greek Hypers. I'm really glad. And I've not even got to the good stuff yet. As I say, I'm touched by the way people have kind of been responding to this. I should have rookie error. I should have rewound the tape before starting this. I didn't. None of the tapes are rewound. Hey, Jazzy Boy, how you doing? I really should make the text bigger on these things. Come on. It's a very slow rewind. Sometimes it goes super fast. Other times, yeah. Minus 15. Minus 16. It means it's getting to the beginning, though. That's good. Trust me, when I press play, it's going to be gold. Might not be gold. That's the whole point. Thing is, I like the beginning of a tape, because the beginning of a tape is you get... Oh! Hey! Yes, you've been very helpful. Thank you. Yeah, I'm 35, Greek, so my kind of era is, the early 90s stuff. That's going to be sort of peak nostalgia for me. Tell you what, Shall we get going? Always a good start. Oh, it's Michael Caine. Huh. I can't hear anything. Oh, hang on.
If it's a comedy, fall over.
There we
go. If
go.
it's a drama, pick it up and smash it. He said, use the difficulty. Now, I took that into my own life.
That's all right, Dan. We've only just started.
Directly, anything bad happens, they go, got to use the difficulty. How can we work?
So is this Parkinson?
What can we get out of this? You know? Use the difficulty. And so, there's never anything so bad that you cannot use that difficulty. If you can use it a quarter of...
So we seem to be straight in here. I don't know when... You know? I mean, Parkinson probably interviewed Michael Caine a lot. So this tape could be anything between like 5 years old and 50 years old. How are the sound things? The sound levels. Now this is the only problem. When I fast forward, it disappears. So I kind of... When I'm scanning through it on the TV, I can...
November season. Here on BBC.
We have a junction. Excellent, thank you. Sound is good. Okay, so this is fairly recent as tapes go. Awesome, thank you guys. Did they always play it live, or is this a special show? Wow. 2002. There we go. 19 viewers. Wow, that is more than my normal average. Thank you, everyone who's watching.
Who bring meaning to our lives.
Now let me tell you something.
Oh,
I was
Dead Ringers.
repeatedly bullied at school. They treated me no better than a dog or a
Who remembers
bargain
David
hunting
Dickinson?
customer. Was it because I was orange? Or was it because I was just generally an annoying kid? We don't know.
Imitation is the sincerest form of mockery. Dead Ringers continues Monday
It's a
at
very
9
weird
on
trail.
BBC Two.
And the Radio Times
Doesn't feel
contains
like the
full
tone
details
of the show at all,
BBC
but-
programmes, together with complete listings for all major free-to-air
Why
and
did we
other
worship
television
that
channels.
man?
Ooh, half blind.
Well, if they're 90s haircuts, they've still got them from the 90s.
An epic tale of survival continues with plant predators.
He bumped his head. Well, no one's perfect.
The Life of
It
Mammals.
was
Wednesday
18
at
years
9
ago,
on
but seems
BBC
like
One.
last week. Yeah. That's the thing. This kind of doesn't excite me in the way that older stuff
There's
does. 'Cause
jazz on BBC Four
but
now.
you're right,
Part of their
it's
November
18
season.
years ago.
Here on BBC One, murder, but no one seems to care. Expect
Oh.
strong language, sex, and violence as Michael Caine stars in the thriller Dressed to Kill.
Okay, so I'm assuming that... Oh! Never make assumptions. Because I was assuming that was why it was on video, so because they'd caught the end of it and they were going to record the film. No, straight into... I think... Hucknall is this? Alright, I don't think we need Mick Hucknall. Let's fast forward it on by a few minutes. Yeah, time does go by too quick. Oh, thank you, I love you. I love you.
Glastonbury all this weekend on BBC Radio 1, BBC 2 and
Hang on,
BBC...
so they're not doing... I mean, this is a great one to start with, because it's, at the moment, it seems to be just idents and junctions. Already loving this VHS roulette. Yeah, I'm glad. I think streaming it was a good idea. I mean, Ian gave me a nudge earlier, but I've been sort of thinking about trying to do it, and yeah, I put the time in this afternoon to try and make it all work. So now we're in 2003.
So what are the challenges facing the British music industry today? Have you seen a night of special programmes this Wednesday
bet
on
they mentioned
88 to
Napster.
91 FM? Go online to submit your questions and you too can take part in the great music debate on BBC Radio 2.
Yep, Simply Red, Hucknall. It's, yeah. What could this be trailing? Oh, hang on, this is the Glastonbury one, isn't it? Everything, you know, all the trails and stuff will get digitised and gradually uploaded to YouTube. As you can imagine, there's a lot. Yeah. I'm hoping after tomorrow it'll be better quality as well. Doing it through the S-Video port.
No excuses. I want what's mine. I want what you owe me.
Crikey.
When self-defense becomes murder and you're left with a body of evidence.
Do you know what Ronnie Bro?
What do you do? Murder in Mind, Sunday at 9 on BBC.
I mean, I vaguely remember that programme. There are some that you just go, that was a thing.
This is an exercise in survival.
There was a BBC comedy trail that I went through. I think it was from like 87, 88. And as well as Only Fools and Horses, it had like, I think it was A Touch of Spice and Joint Account. Who remembers those?
Catch the best of Glastonbury on BBC Two. They're going to be there live in 25 minutes. Here on BBC One, a scary creature is lurking aboard a luxury ship.
Oh, thank you.
Violence, strong language, and
Alien?
disturbing scenes in Deep Rising.
Oh. Alien ripoff. Oh, come on, don't conk out. Okay, so I'm assuming that that film is going to be on for a while. I'm just going to try changing my webcam settings to see if... Oh, definitely, and you know, I've got a whole range of quality. Into, you know, this is probably mid-range in terms of what I've got so far. That's right. I'm just trying to. I'm going to see if I can make my webcam slightly lower resolution so that it doesn't give me the option there. Hey, Wildrose, how you doing? Very different stream to my normal fare, but I'm hoping to do a lot more of these. Resolution. I don't want. Okay, let's leave it as that for now. Yeah, sorry, it does keep. Okay, so they seem to have actually settled on Deep Rising.
Good evening to you.
Yeah, I'm all right, thanks. I'm enjoying this. I'm liking the traction this has gotten in such a short space of time. Okay, the film is 1 hour 47 minutes, so let's whiz on a bit. As I say, if I'm fast forward, I can't scan forward on here. That's the only problem. So I'm kind of fast forwarding blind. But yeah, whenever it's a film, certainly on BBC, I just go, right, how long's the film? Let's fast forward roughly that amount of time. But then this doesn't look like Deep Rising at all. Yeah, I mean, thank you. Ashens is hugely sort of honourable company to be in, you know. Yeah, I mean, as I say, I'm not the first person to be ploughing this kind of retro vibe. I won't be the last. I'm just the latest and the one doing it in my style, I suppose. Okay. Let's see what trails we got here then. Oh, that was Ernest Borgnine and Lee Marvin, was it? Oh. Some esoteric songs on the soundtrack for Deep Rising. Eastman film, as in Kevin Eastman?
Ozzy Osbourne without a wig, a bit like a Pet Shop Boy.
They were really trailing Dead Ringers heavily, weren't they?
At the moment, it's a bit sort of, Nigella Lawson, you know what I mean? It's got to flatten the wig down a bit.
Correct configuration of
Sounds
the
like
fingers.
music from a news channel.
Thumb at hypotenuse of
Might well be.
forefinger. Eyeball set to mild terror. Fingers in place. Vibrating to 37 megahertz. Rock and roll! Right now.
I see you hit your
Fade in now on
Is that
Main
code,
Onion.
Wild Rose?
BBC Two, serious about comedy.
Every old video. Yeah, I mean, you know, before long I'll switch to one of the other ones because this is all quite new, quite modern. You know, and that's great. You know, the trails are still, some of them quite interesting, but I like it when it's older. I like my VHS tapes like I like my women older. Or at least from the 1990s or...
Live on BBC Radio 4 198 Longwave. Updates on BBC Radio 5 Live.
Oh, copyright thing for Playboy. Tomorrow, well, they were a film production company as well as anything, weren't they?
£15 million. The National Lottery in it to win it. Tomorrow, 7:30.
There's going to be a lot of dead people on these things. Even 2002, 2003. What is this? Yeah, in it though. Sorry, there's things I absorb from watching streamers like Ian.
Tested to destruction. Starts Monday at 8:30 on BBC One.
No recollection of that at all.
Now on BBC One, just before the movie Excessive Force, The Weather View with Helen Willis.
Gosh,
Hello, for today's weather view, I thought I'd update you
in terms
on
of
the
donations,
Indian
I mean,
monsoon, which of course
I'm
got
not
up to a slow
set
start,
up
you
to
may
take
remember.
them
Last year
really
we
at the
had
moment.
less than average rainfall, so it was quite a drought
but,
year for many parts.
you know, once I've
but
got
this
through
year,
some,
even though it took a while to get
which is
going,
gonna take
we're
me a
just
while,
about up to where we should be
once I've got
right
through
now
some,
in terms of the
then
distribution
get
of
back
the
in touch
rains.
and
Not much rain so far in
yeah,
Pakistan, but a few
let
showers
me
have
know,
developed
'cause
in the last 24 hours.
I would
as you
definitely
can see.
like to
and hopefully that's
keep
an
this
indication that
going
we will
and
start to see that rain
be happy
pushing
to
further
take on
northwards
people's donations.
and westwards. This is where it
Once
should
I've
be
got
at this time of
space.
year, so you can
I'm
see
looking
it's just
over
about right. But unfortunately,
floor
because the
that I
rains were
can't
delayed,
see.
we haven't seen as much rain as we normally would have done by this time.
Yeah,
Only
this
about
is
2/3
not-
for most
you know,
of
it
the regions.
feels
But the
very
next few
recent,
days, as
doesn't
I say,
it?
continue
I don't know
with
when
those
they stopped
downpours, if
using
anything,
those
moving further
idents, so
northwards and
probably there
westwards
for quite
towards
a while.
Pakistan. Closer to home, the heat wave continues across many parts of Europe. It really has been hot for the past couple of weeks in the south. Temperatures
Wow.
8 degrees above average on
Better
Friday.
times,
And the
eh?
heat wave continues. If anything, the heat builds across many central, southern and eastern areas. So it should be pretty hot for the European Grand Prix on Sunday. Some showers around, I think, on Saturday,
enjoy it when
even
they
close
tie
by
it
on
into
race day.
stuff
Very
like that.
slow-moving band of showers.
Bit of
First of all,
colour.
across the Alpine regions with low pressure, and then a weather front migrating from the British Isles will also bring a few sparky short storms around, the odd thunderstorm. And indeed, we have seen a change in the weather here in the UK. Low pressure has moved in.
Well, thank
a band
you.
of clouds, as you can
Yeah,
see on the
as I
satellite
say,
picture here, has brought nearly 30
at
millimetres of
some
rain
point
to
I'll
Glasgow
go,
during the day.
hey, I'm
on
ready to
Friday.
accept
Still
donations.
some heavy rain to
Hit
come
me,
in
guys.
eastern parts of England.
And then
much
I'll be
of
overwhelmed all over
southern
again.
and central parts of Scotland too, and that will only
Weather's still
slowly
rubbish.
start to ease northwards as we go through the night. Pretty claggy around the coast in the north.
Claggy?
Just patches in the south.
That's not
but
a
largely dry and
meteorological
fine here.
term,
But some advice
surely.
for you if you are travelling, because that heavy rain in the next few hours will
Bloody
leave some
rain.
rather tricky driving conditions. And it'll be pretty warm in the rain. 13 in Glasgow.
13 in
Cooler
Glasgow,
6
though. That's
in
not
Bala
bad.
in the east of Wales. And we'll start the day across England and Wales on a fine note, but still that rain across parts of Scotland, perhaps the north of Northern Ireland. Slowly brightening up here, though, I think, for the afternoon and across southern Scotland, but that will spark a few sharp showers around
think she's
and still
nearly done.
quite a bit of cloud. And even though we'll end the day rather cloudy in the south and west, it will be...
She's done, I guess. All right. Rather than go on to the film, let's switch tapes. Is that sun? Yeah, remember sunshine. All right, let's go with one of the ones that I got today. Now, a lot of this is probably going to be like history documentaries and things. That was what she said. Her mum and I think her dad also liked it, and certainly that's borne out in what I flicked through the cards. I mean, there's, as I say, there's one that just says Nazis, and some times and things. Raining in Scotland. I mean, it's been raining in Scotland since like 1782. All right, let's see what's on the tapes. Gonna make that into a thing eventually. Sounds like snooker. I can't see any snooker.
Well, and that'll make Peter feel. Excellent. He's
there we go.
held himself together through the bad patch.
51.
So basically, this is a tape that's starting off in. Oh, this is old. I mean, those are some old graphics.
57. 58.
Well, Darren, he'll be maybe a little disappointed. Did have a chance, actually, in the third frame, but...
I feel like this is where I need
wasn't to
someone,
be.
a Richard Osman in the background going, this is the match between Daryl Williams and blah blah on 2nd of July 1989. It's a one-man operation.
55.
Rothmans, wow.
67.
See if I can just fast forward a little bit.
Interval, it's 2 frames all.
Yeah, what a good comeback by Peter Ebdon after
Wow.
being 2-0 down against Darren Morgan. Remember, they're playing for the right
Darren
to beat Steve Davis in the
Morgan.
next round. Just to
Yeah.
remind you, the 2 former world champions, John Parrott and Cliff Thorburn, also at 2-all at their mid-session interval. The winner plays Alan McManus. Whatever happens, the action all will be revealed in an hour here on 2.
Ah. Bum, ba-dum, ba-dum, bum. 92. There we go. I told you it was old.
Hold everything. Beethoven's Not Dead. Tuesday at 9 on 2.
Okay. Back when Peter Ebdon had...
In
he's bald
Boypatong,
now, is he?
South Africa, two
think a lot of
church
people
ministers
probably
hold court, one preaching love, the other war. BBC One's Everyman Now looks at this once quiet community which within the last year has been ripped apart by violence.
This was back when
and asks,
continuity
is it time to
announcers
forgive
were
and forget,
very like
or
that.
commence the final
They
battle
had to
with
be
the
very
forces of
harsh.
apartheid.
Apartheid? Ye olde BBC.
The War and Peace season continues now on 2 with the dramatised experiences of black servicemen.
Yeah.
Their stories
Yeah,
are told
it really
directly
was.
as recorded by the actors who interviewed them, sometimes using strong and uncompromising language. They offer a powerful insight to life within the British Armed Forces from the Second World War to the present day. Black Poppies.
I wanted something to do, wanted a change, basically. So I joined the army. I didn't want to loaf around on the streets. I was 17 in 3/4, 3 months before my 18th birthday.
I joined up for the trade, but the travelling was in there as well.
I'd seen like films, you know? You know, you get this hero
David
type person
Harewood?
who goes into the army and makes a thing out for himself, or
What's the
whatever.
name of the man who's
I had
Martian
that sort of
Manhunter
lingering at the
in,
back of my mind. Any opportunity came up when I became unemployed.
Wow. It felt so fancy to get a video player with Video Plus, it did, didn't it? I don't think I ever did, you know.
Home from home. And we were still ideally.
Let's fast forward a bit because it's going to be relatively grim watching. I mean, again, stuff like this, I'm going to check that it exists. You know, and I know there's things like Kaleidoscope if it doesn't. So I kind of go, is it a half-hour programme? Is it a 45-minute programme? Well, is it an hour programme? And fast forward on those
Queen's an alright woman. I've met the woman. I speak to the woman.
Yeah.
I'm on parade. She comes straight up to me. The son of bun me like what?
It might well be. I mean, that's the weird thing. Like, this would have gone out on primetime BBC Two.
Very strong views about this. Very
I
strong.
mean, I guess the important thing is it in the archives?
Establishment within this country.
Like, do they have a copy? themselves.
When your children and grandchildren of that are growing up.
That's the most
We're
important
going
thing.
to have a steady system within this country.
But you know, if there's stuff that I'm like, oh, people need to see this, like fly on the wall documentaries, and I know Ian and Kath go on about, you know, the estate agents. I think it was they kept, you know, they've talked a lot about, and those things. I imagine they exist in the BBC's archive somewhere. You know, I think pretty much everything on the BBC is kept these days. 12th to the 25th of October. Yeah, thank you guys. That's what I thought. I mean, I'm always a bit wary of saying things like that because, you know, the whole Samuel L. Jackson, Lawrence Fishburne thing.
So I stopped him and I said, "Where are you going?"
But that does definitely look like him.
I don't know, you know, D. It's very sad at the time.
Let's face it, it's the ears. It's very distinctive ears. But hopefully we'll find out in the end credits. I mean, sometimes they don't have the end credits and that annoys me.
Who is Mike? Who can give a sergeant, a provost sergeant, orders to willfully beat up a soldier in Her Majesty's forces, in detention, without any kind of provocation,
I
whatever
also
the case
wasn't
may
sure
be?
if he was old enough, but
Who have the power to send Clementis to come out
you had
of
to
an
save
empty guard
tape?
room?
Yeah,
Go
absolutely.
into their guard room, get beaten up,
You know,
and
I
have
mean,
this sergeant boasting about
a
it.
lot of my
Who have this
recordings, which
kind of
sadly I've
authority?
lost because we moved
As far as
house
I'm
and
concerned,
didn't have a
regimental
VCR
sergeant
or
major in
space.
charge of all prisoners under his command, so only he can transfer.
A lot of those
His
recordings
boss
would
is
have
the
been
adjutant above him, the colonel.
kind of useless for this
Yes,
project.
with the
I mean, they
sergeant
would have been
making a
great
confession, he had orders from all people.
for all the
That
little
means, as
bits
far
and
as
the
I'm
random
concerned,
porn
this isn't
that was on some of them. Channel 5, late night porn.
My command that's given them authority.
So it would have been
beat up
great from
Clementis
that
and the
perspective,
rest
but
of the
I
soldiers
cut out a lot of the ads.
And he continued, I'm gonna get all
54, so actually, yeah,
I want all of you niggas beaten up. All of you niggas think you're all...
I mean, I know it's okay for him. I'm just not sure about the ethics of having it on my stream. Ross Meyer, I mean, don't get me started. Vixen, that's all I'm going to say. Erica Gavin, Vixen. Look it up. Not at work. Flipping heck, yeah. Yeah, first, moving on. Okay. Hey Chris, how you doing? Yeah, I mean, does he do Twitter and stuff? David, I saw his name there, David Harewood. Colin McFarlane. Oh, I see, it's the people from each segment. Yeah, how you doing, Chris? You alright? I think so. You know, we've not found anything mind-blowing yet, but thank you, Dan. I'm glad. You know, I'm not even looking at numbers. I'm just happy to. Yeah, Blackadder ad. Yeah, we're going to get to that, I think. So David Harewood play Lord Asriel in his Dark Materials. Yeah, I mean he's a really good actor. One of many actors who's kind of turned up in Doctor Who and been wasted in, not drunk, wasted in the role that he got given. I mean, what I've seen of him in Super. Okay, I'm guessing that was a cut. That wasn't how the programme ended, because that would... Going from Black Poppies to Blackadder.
Over on BBC One shortly, Tony Clark and his team are called to investigate Between the Lines, when police officers are implicated in the murky world of drug dealing.
Gosh.
On BBC One this Friday night, naked women wrestling in mud, the first interview with Lord Lucan for 18 years, and the Pope talks about what it'll be like to be a father. At the same time, on BBC Two, the satirical news quiz, Have I Got News for You? Well, I know which one I'll be watching.
Oh, Angus. I really miss Angus Deaton.
First,
I'd love
on
for them
BBC
to
Two,
get
look
him
at
back
the
as a
impact
guest star.
of
I
war photography
I
from
know
the
there's a
First
lot
World War
of
to the present
reasons.
conflict in Yugoslavia.
Nice suit.
Their enduring nature has led photographers to describe these
I know there's a
powerful
lot of
and
reasons
disturbing
why that
images
wouldn't
as stains
happen,
that
but
cannot be removed.
I'd love
American
for
foreign
him to-
correspondent Charles
yeah.
Glass, who spent 20 years covering conflicts around the world, presents a personal view of these
It was
harrowing stains
you
of
know,
war.
prostitutes and cocaine, which, you know, all consenting. It just made it very. I think the problem is it made it very difficult for him to carry on presenting the show because they kept ribbing him about it. It was kind of like having Boris Johnson present every week. You know, something had to get... And I don't think Hislop and Merton particularly liked him. I got that impression. Certainly Hislop, yeah. Oh, lovely. So, okay, let's fast forward on from the photos of bodies, shall we? It's certainly clearly around that time. Yeah. Again, you never know what you're going to get on this. Let's... I mean, is there anything in particular that you guys are like, I hope he finds that? Because for me, there is one promo that I'm like, oh, I wish I could, because it doesn't seem to be online. It was for one of the football tournaments that they have. The BBC, the presenter singing Back Home. You know, Back Home. And I'd love to, if I find that, that'll be me done. I'll be like, yeah, I have found that piece that people seem to remember, but nobody can find.
The other effective tool in controlling the economy.
Ah. John Major is an effective tool. Half right. A little bit of politics. An episode of Your Mother Wouldn't Like It or Palace Hill. Okay, I've not heard of either of those. Spitting Image. I mean, yes and no. I mean, Spitting Image is all on DVD, isn't it? As I understand it. I mean, that would be great, but yeah, I think it's, you know, it all exists. It'd be great to find one of the... Oh, sorry, I've probably just got you down a spending rabbit
come
hole.
up with a clear economic strategy. The Cabinet met
I've
today
got a
to
Vic
hear
and
what the
Bob one I
Treasury
pulled
wants
off
to
tape
do
a few
about
years ago.
public
Was it
spending.
spoof BBC
Leaderless
programmes?
ministers were arriving.
Okay.
The pound was falling and the government's problems were increasing.
Well, I mean, the other
aim is
day
to find a way
I
to
posted a
stabilise sterling and bring
close
the
down
economy
with
out of recession
which contained a
without
public information film by
provoking
Punt and
Whether
Dennis.
that's possible is unclear.
I mean,
and the
a
government is very
relatively
limited
it was kind of flippant, but also like all of our friends have died because they fell in
Indeed, today, the
aqueducts
Building
and
Employers
things.
Federation called for a significant
Don't
reduction
go in
as they
aqueducts.
published another gloomy survey on the state of their industry. That's a view shared by some Tory backbenchers.
Certainly some
But there are
of,
drawbacks. However, the government decides to manipulate rates.
Some of Spitting Image is available on DVD. I'm pretty sure it all
try and
is.
stop sterling falling, but the big
A kids'
disadvantage
comedy
of
sketch
that is
show,
we
okay.
tried that only a few weeks ago and it failed very miserably.
I
and
feel
there's just
like
no way that the
children's
British
stuff is
economy
probably
could
less
survive with high
likely to
interest rates.
turn up,
Cutting interest
but
rates would certainly help
thrilled.
in terms
You know,
of trying to get the economy
yeah,
moving
kids stuff
again
is
and try and
a
get
grail for me.
unemployment down.
You know, I'd
But
love
the big
that.
disadvantage there
I'd love
is
some
that
broom
1
cupboard.
to 2 years out,
Get some
we'll
broom
start
cupboard
seeing
in me.
inflation going back up again.
The other effective tool in controlling the economy is the level of public spending and how much the
he's an
government
effective
borrows
tool.
to pay
I know
for
I
it.
already did the
The
joke, but I'm
recession
quite
has
proud
forced
of it.
unemployment up and increased the amount the government forks out in benefits, putting pressure on its borrowing targets. The Treasury has...
I mean, some things are just universal. Doesn't matter whether it's 1992 or today. Benefits and spending cuts and, yeah. Yes, sorry if I've just made you spend a load of money, Mandy, but yeah.
Out as far as Britain is concerned, and that many things in Maastricht are the ways in which we want the community to build.
Ooh, bit of Brexit talk, because we all love Brexit talk and haven't had enough of that. Yeah, no, you're right. They do have their own internal
But whether
thing.
we were in the RM or not, we do have to sustain.
Although I worked
a
kind of
policy
BBC
of fighting
adjacent for the
against
last 10
inflation,
years,
to
I
ensuring that
never
our
had
inflation
access to
levels
it.
are comparable with those of all our major competitors. We've had great
I
success on that
think
in
I
the
did.
ERM.
Someone in our team did try and put in an application to get access to it, and they were turned down. You know, that it just wasn't necessary. It would have been nice, but not necessary.
Spending, government spending in a recession actually make things worse.
That's a wig, surely.
Treasury team was saying today.
Well, it's very interesting that you should make that comment about the Labour team, because I watched very carefully what was happening at Blackpool this last week, and I saw
Heavy on
nothing
EU
there
stuff,
that gave any indication of what would.
I mean, it really has
be
been a
sensible
thing for the
policies
last,
coming from the Labour Party.
since we
We
joined
heard
it, I
time
suppose.
and
Can you
time
address
again-
the point you make
I'm
that
coming
cutting
to the point.
spending
I'm coming to the
or
point.
freezing spending makes the recession
I'm
worse?
coming to the point. We heard time and time again.
Did
a
you
call for a
threaten to
national
overrule
recovery
him?
programme to help with investment, to help with unemployment, to help with housing, and so on. All of that could only add up to a substantial increase in public expenditure. They won't say it, but that's
See, again, stuff like that is the kind of, I'm going to rip that and I'll put it on YouTube, because it's stuff like that which isn't ever going to be on DVD, isn't ever going to get a public release, because it's just, news coverage and interviews and things.
Reported northeast of Cullyhanna, and we're going out to make sure that area.
Is that not available on YouTube? I know the one you mean. I remember it, but
challenges because of this international.
There was a TV game, yeah, TV.
And
I
many,
can't remember what
as
it was
I indicated
called.
Earlier, higher interest rates.
Cyber
I think higher
something
difficulties than we have.
probably.
McGregor, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
I mean, that's
well,
a
such
good,
matters
good
will, of
bet
course, be
anyway.
at the forefront of Tory minds in Brighton this week. Mr McGregor will shortly be going down there.
That's conference
Peter Snow,
week.
he's already there. Peter.
Rarely, if ever, has the Conservative Party gathered for its annual conference in such an atmosphere of crisis and uncertainty.
I mean, he's a
Before this
presenter. Heroes and Clouds. Which I'm guessing is an episode of something.
I'm just coming up to the halfway point.
A documentary by the
This
looks
is
of it.
an unaccompanied tour. My wife and family are
Got
in
to be a
my
wig,
parent
yeah.
unit back in England. I'm married to
Yeah, I vividly remember watching some of it back in the day.
Never discussed. It was never raised. It was like as if you're going into hospital with a sore
Peter
finger,
Snow, yeah.
and the finger had been bandaged up and it had been sent back, and that was him whole and fine again.
I think there's a bit of lag. I think
the next 10
yeah.
that we did
Every now
were
and then my
all
connection cuts
the
out slightly, so
stickiest of those that
I'm
we
probably
undertook
drawing
because
further
they
and
were
further
all
ahead of
into
you.
the heart
but-
of industrial Germany.
Hey, Charles. Virtual reality TV
It
show.
just gradually got worse.
Cyber Zone. That's it.
It didn't seem to affect my job. Our crew
There's at least one
never
episode
complained.
on YouTube.
We
I mean,
went on with the job.
I imagine it's probably
all
a
bottled
lot
up.
of those things. There's sort of one or two
Inside me,
representative episodes.
The little things that happen. If there was a lot
Adam
of
Hart
flame,
Davis there. It's not Adam Hart Davis. It's... Peter Snow has always been old, hasn't he?
Even if you do, you get an act of fear followed by an act of unbelievable bravery, a few weeks later. What can you make of it? You can only say that that was a very brave man.
Doesn't seem to show.
It was terrible. It was quite frightening, yeah. And the noise was quite frightening because it was very close. And the casualties looked...
Again, this is all very grim viewing. I do apologise if anyone's, disturbed by some of the images and things. It is completely potluck. Still war. There's a lot of war, isn't there? That's what I've noticed about the world. There's a lot of war. If you ask me, too much war, not enough peace. There is interest even with the popular shows, though.
We have
An obvious example would be, the original Only Fools and Horses broadcasts, which were all heavily edited. Yeah, I mean, again, I think people with better equipment than I, and better recordings, have covered that. But yeah, I mean, I'll look stuff up, and if I see things like that, I'm like, okay,
officers,
let's help with the recovery effort.
Thelma and Louise.
It really is potluck, peaks and troughs. Yeah, absolutely. Gosh, I think there's going to be a lot of quite heavy programs in the boxes that I picked up today, which this is one of them. Yeah, I don't think they were into. Although I did notice an episode of the Ali G show was listed on the cards. So, what's in the mug?
Next week's programme
Vodka.
at the earlier time of 9:30 explores the winners and the losers in war, the heroes who survived brutality inflicted by the enemy, and the cowards who suffered personal defeat and humiliation. Omnibus on BBC One now profiles one of Britain's most successful feature film and commercial directors, Ridley Scott, who changed the face of British advertising before presenting his visually unique style on the big screen in Alien, Blade Runner and Thelma and Louise.
France.
On tonight's Late Show from France, we visit an exhibition of the human face, which challenges the way we look at art. We go to Strasbourg to report on a new television channel that has replaced porn with high culture.
Bias BBC,
and from
innit, Chris?
Toulouse,
Bias
troubadour
BBC.
rap.
Cachoulin jaune, cachoulin jaune, cachoulin jaune.
Seeing is believing. That's the Late Show in France after Newsnight.
Wow. I dropped my remote, it was that surprising. Still 1992, yeah. Yeah, it's very, very much, armistice type stuff. I don't think I've ever seen that.
Another 30,000 are added to the unemployment lines. What is the justification for the destruction of the British coal industry?
Paxman already doing it in 92.
Good evening. 3/5 of what remains of the British coal mining industry has gone. 30,000 families will lose their breadwinner. How do you justify taking away so many jobs?
There's the remote I'm currently using. This was just the VCR that was in the cupboard left here by a previous tenant. I got it out, dusted it off. It mostly works.
Here, in the isolated mining village of Billsthorpe, in the heart of the Nottinghamshire coalfield, there's another explanation. It's got nothing to do with economics. It's got everything to do with revenge.
Wow. So I'll be suggesting to the President of the Board of Trade that the closures of the product either of incompetence or of vindictiveness.
Waka waka, here's Paxman.
We tackle a central conundrum in a market apparently gone mad. How is it that gas, which produces more expensive electricity, has driven out coal, which makes it more cheaply? And in Italy, a day of strikes against austerity measures. Would you give up the Dolce Vita for the hope of re-entry to the ERM?
Thank you. See, this is the kind of stuff. I mean, I know the BBC Genome Project is particularly useful for this stuff.
Then they were trying to get them to end their strike.
I mean, I posted on YouTube.
Redundancies will now occur, they said today.
Yeah, I posted on YouTube an ad break which didn't have any, as far as I was concerned, didn't have any identifying features. And someone posted in the comments, "Oh, this was 27th of December 92." What? There were no trails or anything that.
I got a mortgage and.
See, by the sound of the VCR and the factor at about 3 hours. Happy birthday, Chris. Yeah. Right at the end of the tape.
The factory staff was sent home early this afternoon.
There we go. The end. I'll let that rewind because it's an automatic rewind thing. you could record modern day daytime BBC One and no one at all will want to watch it. And yeah, in 30 years' time they'll probably love it. Mainly because the BBC will have gone and we'll all be hiding in a bunker somewhere. They'll just be glad of any entertainment that doesn't involve sock puppets. Right, what have we got here then? So, we got this tape which says on the side... Hello. So we've got this tape which says on the side... Bilko, 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 Hancock, 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 Sykes, Sykes, Sykes. I don't know if you can see that. I've got tape X, which I guess is in the same vein as tape Y, tape V, which was one of the ones we looked at before, and complete mystery tape. Any preference? I mean, we've probably got time to do another couple of tapes before I'm going to log off about 9, I think. What do you want, guys? Or watching Homes Under the Hammer in their nuclear bunkers? Yeah. Mystery tape, Bilko Hancock. Mystery tape. I mean, I will say the mystery tape is probably going to be disappointing. I just get the vibe that it's probably a newer tape. But happy to be wrong. Very happy to be wrong. Okay, it's the mystery tape. Actually, it does have a sticker on it, a little video camera. What could it mean? Hey Z-Burn, how you doing? I've upgraded my video and audio since we chatted earlier. Because I looked back on the stream and I was like, actually, this isn't great, is it? Positive thoughts. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I was very muffled earlier, and I mean, my webcam on my actual laptop makes it look as if it's smeared in Vaseline. That ain't Vaseline. Okay, no, I am happy to go with you guys. I've got to say, this is turning out to be a lot better and flowing a lot easier than I thought it would be, and you guys being here is a massive part of that. So thank you. Do make sure you're following and stuff, because I'll do more of these. It's been quite good fun, hasn't it? And if you're not already, make sure you're following at What's on the Tapes on Twitter, because that's where I'll sort of post a drip feed of stuff as I come across it. There we go. Right. Should we crack on then? It's a rhetorical question. I'm going to crack on anyway.
Our age. Their work will soon be on view at the Tate, the Hayward, and 27 Maples Avenue. Starting this Sunday, you can get 2 unframed prints of Picasso and a Dali free from the paper you'd expect to put you in the picture.
I think already we're winning.
Times is the Sunday paper.
LWT. There's going to be a lot of weather on these things.
A very good evening to you. Well, we had a rather cloudy day here in the south.
God, that font.
Over much of the British Isles, and you can see that represented here quite clearly on the satellite sequence. This band of cloud there out to the Atlantic then representing the next cold front, and that's moving gradually towards the British Isles with clear weather right out to the west. As for tonight then, well, it means that cloud will remain for most of us. Perhaps a shower or two edging in from the north
Just
of
Sydney
London.
Opera House is coming in all over the place.
7 Celsius, that's 45
LWT, lousy weather
As
today,
tomorrow, then,
absolutely.
The rest of that rain will be moving away towards the south. Temperatures are high of 8
888
Celsius,
if you
that's
want your
46
subtitles on.
Fahrenheit. And during the afternoon, well, it's
This is
sunny
definitely
spells for
90s.
most.
It is,
With a
isn't
high
it?
of 9 Celsius, 48 Fahrenheit, with a brisk west or northwesterly wind.
Question is, what's it leading up to?
Cardiff's big-hitting Nicky Piper become Britain's latest world boxing champion? Find out in the Big Fight Live tonight at 11:05 on ITV.
Hang on, so that should let us pinpoint it, shouldn't it? Who was it?
Can Cardiff's big-hitting Nicky Piper become Britain's latest world boxing champion? Find out in the Big Fight Live tonight at 11:05 on ITV.
Nicky Piper versus Leoniza Barber. I think we're talking 1994. Yep, from the National Ice Rink on 29th of January 1994, as Nicky Piper challenges Leoniza Barber for the WBO heavy... Yep, 29th of January, yep. Thank you. I should have just trusted you guys to come up with it before I
Tonight
could.
at 11:50, another adventure with the globe-trotting Professor Gideon Oliver. Now on LWT, something a little creepy.
TV and Diet Coke presents movie premiere.
Oh, what's the film? I don't think they actually told us, did they? Stereo 888. Got that from the weather report. Ah, okay. Nicky Piper last try, okay. Do we know what the film is? Arachnophobia. Alright, let's fast forward about 10 minutes, see if we can find some ads. Because that's the thing, when there's a film that's been on ITV, I'm like, yeah, there's going to be ads in this. Which is obviously the exact opposite reaction to anyone who was watching it at the time. My glasses are pinching a bit. Yeah, Arachnophobia is a great film. I may have, I don't know, 10 years, I think I may have watched this airing. Yeah, I certainly watched it quite young. Generally, I didn't watch those kinds of films as a kid. But I think there's a good chance that I did. Yeah, I mean, now that I know that this is a thing that kind of works, I'll try and sort of... It won't be a weekly schedule, simply because I work weird shifts. Watch this at school at Christmas. Really? No. No film was off limits here. Well, I think that a lot of these films, I could have watched them if I'd asked. But I didn't really want to. You know. It's always hard to judge how often.
Did the right thing for the kids.
For us, for all of us.
Yes, no, I'm well ahead of you on the Genome Project. Yeah, I found out a few things. Late night films probably did have fewer adverts, yeah. Yes, but thank you. That is, I mean, that's a site you can just get lost in. Let's be honest. Yeah, I mean, the info is out there. I think one of the other sort of TV archiving channels
when we spoke,
tweeted me the other day saying, "Oh, that was 27th of
I'm not
whatever."
ready to retire,
Because apparently he's got access to the Times digital archive, so he's got all the sort of press TV listings for all the channels.
There's good news and there's bad news. Should we go in reverse alphabetical order? Start with the good?
Come on, give us some ads.
I'm seeing my first patient, this afternoon.
Again, I mean, I'm pressing play every couple of minutes, but it's possible I skipped some.
When you first hit town, just...
But you know, when I'm looking through it on my TV, I'll be able to go, right, 29, yeah.
Francisco, we no longer have...
And who knows, maybe the VCR that I'm getting tomorrow will have a better attitude towards scanning. Maybe they cut out the ads, the person who recorded it. That is entirely possible. Nerds. That's an ad. Whiskers. The cat gets eaten, doesn't it? I don't know, but the cat gets eaten, doesn't it?
Their son recently passed away.
Oh, that's all.
Come on. Sorry, I feel like this is I've probably hit a lull at this point. Spoiler alert, jeez. Yeah.
You'd have had too much punch and been the life of the party.
I mean, if that's an ad, it's a depressing ad. Ah! We have ads! I think be an advert klaxon or something. Hooray! I mean, we're all kind of nuts here. Wait, what? Oh, it was literally just after the first. Never mind.
I missed you.
Ooh! Thank you! I love you. I love you. I know I've already said that. tvrdb.com. Thank you. I'll look into that.
And cut. That's great.
I assumed it was arachnophobia. What? Well, that was weird.
Strong pain relief that helps take care of pain. New Panadol Ultra.
Who cares if you
Oh,
can't
the
have
Disney
that Italian
fair.
designer dress?
I'm looking forward to
because
finding
of
out
your
what that
passion
is.
for Italian food. Who cares if your good intentions go to pot? Because you can't resist desserts. Who cares if popping out for a sandwich means piling on the calories?
That's not India Fisher, is
Who
it?
cares enough to come up with shapers? Calorie-counted foods that taste anything but.
Because, I mean,
Who
I
cares?
don't know. I mean, how old was she when she started doing Doctor Who?
I did that.
It was nice of her to do that.
Someone else did all that.
I definitely feel like there was an art that went into adverts back then. Mind you, I don't see adverts these days. Who
I'm
does?
glad they don't do that.
At Thomson, we spend 52 weeks
Maybe
a
there's
year
some actual
making your 2
masterpieces,
weeks
but
perfect.
If you don't want your children to watch sex, violence, or bad language,
stop it and tidy up.
There's a magazine that helps you find all the best children's programs on TV. Are you the RT type?
Technically, but let's not go into that right now.
My lord, our
quest is at an end. Behold the golden arches of McDonald's, and within our wager, the golden straw.
Seek out the golden straw. There's a total of £500,000 to be won. Buy an extra value meal and you
But I'm fairly sure that's wrong.
£50.
Golden straw? No, I have it. It's mine.
Oh, sorry, before this was the news. Right, okay, yeah. Sorry, with you now. We could play Go Bust Big. Oh, I've already come across ads for things like Our Price.
Is that out of 10?
Just stings you right there.
Number 1.
Yeah, Our Price, Virgin. Even HMV's on the critical list. Okay, so I mean, it's just a trailer, but what a weird way of doing it. But I quite like that.
They're as cunning as 007.
Let's play dead.
And have the firepower of Dirty Harry. Chevy Chase and Dan Aykroyd are spies like us. Sunday, 6:30.
Oh.
Stand by. Roll sound. 149, take 2. Mark.
Alright, let's give it a slightly more substantial wind forward. I mean, that was about 40 minutes in, so I'm just going to fast forward another 40 minutes. If we find an ad, we'll find an ad. Quite fancy watching that now, yeah.
Hand me now the specimen, Doctor. Yes, I did. I also paid a call to... This is a descendant. Somehow that South American male...
Arachnophobia was owned by the Walt Disney Company. I didn't know that. It's a very strange film for them to be in back then. So they've had that ad in return for airing them. Okay. I mean, that makes sense.
Canaima welcomes you.
Forgot Julian Sands was in it. Yeah, I saw his name pop up. Hey, Jeff, how you doing? Have you been here? You've. Sorry, I completely missed that you'd slipped in there.
Chris, there may be spiders around.
Alright, I tell you what, let's just try and get sort of nearer the end of the film. I want to see what else is on the tapes. Like a ninja, yeah. I don't know, if people don't announce themselves in a grand fashion, how am I even to know they're there? Apart from, like, seeing their comments and actually reading their usernames, rather than just going by colours.
In the late film, Staying Alive.
Let's wind back a few minutes.
My stout.
Well, that looks fun. I mean, is this not? Is this a slightly frustrating way of me doing it? I don't know. Are you cool with this? It feels like I'm being very stoppy-starty. Like if I was doing it when my mum was there, she'd be like, "Oh, can you just let it play?" Next time I'll arrive like Lord Flashheart. Ha ha ha! That's right, it's me. Do it. It's the best way of doing it. Okay, cool.
ITV
I'm happy doing it. I just feel like it's an odd sort of experience for you guys. Insane Clown Posse's records are made.
I know what you're thinking.
Blue Jean Cobb.
That was not what I was thinking.
Next Saturday night.
Simple and effective, I
Live from
suppose.
Cardiff.
Yeah, oh no, absolutely, yeah.
When you want something tasty and you want it quick, those Sun Valley chefs have done the trick. Cheese and chili spice, what a sauce. Great tasting chicken, our best, of course. Tortilla chips.
Sam
Hot
Elliott?
man, what do you say?
No. Oh, in the film. I guess it might have been. I thought you meant in the advert.
Presented movie
No,
premiere.
no.
I know what you're thinking. Blue jean cop. I'm old and slow.
That's Peter. Yep, Peter Weller and Sam Elliott.
Next, boxing and the big fight live from Cardiff.
When you want something tasty and you want it quick, those Sun Valley chefs have done the trick. Cheese
I was
and
like,
chili
that's not
fries,
Sam
butter
Elliott.
sauce, great tasting chicken, our best, of course.
None of these people are Sam Elliott.
Stick it in the oven and arriba, you're away.
New chicken, cheese and chili Kiev. Another easy to doodle-do meal from the Sun Valley Kiev range.
Sun Valley, where only the best will do.
I forgot that. Oh wow.
Morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Sorry, I forgot. I'd completely forgotten about that sting.
Quick, those Sun Valley chefs have done the trick. Cheese and
Sing
chili
along if you know the words. They're not complicated.
Chicken, our best, of course. Tortilla chip top man, what do you say? Stick it in the oven and arriba, you're away.
New chicken, cheese and chili Kiev. Another easy to doodle-do meal from the Sun Valley Kiev range.
Sun Valley,
where only the best will doodle-do.
Morning, ladies and
Hope you
gentlemen.
enjoyed the sing
We'll be
along.
landing shortly in London, where you can expect heavy showers, fluffy towels, and a powerful hairdryer.
Only the best will doodle-do.
You can't get ABS as standard on most family saloons.
It's a shame David Babcock isn't here, really.
You can with a Nissan. The Series 2 Primera with ABS as standard.
Can't take time off for a cold?
Peter Jones.
I'd soon take Sudafed.
Is that Mark Thomas? What is this?
Have you noticed how some people haven't got a clue who's who on TV?
Pray for a Hoover advert.
Well,
You
other
slip
people
in.
seem to know everyone.
Never Radio
Are you
Times
the ID
advert.
type?
Noble brethren, our quest is clear. 'Tis the fabled golden straw of MacDonald's we seek. Forth and no nights to this place called MacDonald's, and the straw of gold.
Seek out the golden straw. There's a total of £500,000 to be won.
Do not
Buy an
remember that
extra value
promotion at
meal,
all.
and you could find any note up to £50.
To MacDonald's, my stout fellow, and smear ye not the horses.
IMDb should do the same advert. Yeah, they should.
I dream about having a helicopter.
A kicking fair train too.
Oh. We'll never know if their dreams came true.
Break it to her gently. Mum is feeling fragile.
Your father is dead. And you can stop smirking.
Well, one can't help thinking.
We all die.
Yeah, well, I don't want to, darling. Honestly, when I think how much I've invested in this body.
Thinking of life, death, and art?
Well, how much did this lot set you back? Hundreds of thousands of pounds. In that case,
Midland
it's
Bank.
fabulous.
Okay.
Paying one's last respects in Absolutely Fabulous, Thursday at 9:30 on BBC One.
John
I
Travolta
never got
stars
into
on
Ab
BBC
Fab,
One
but
now, dancing
Julia
his way to
Sawalha.
Broadway fame in the late film Staying
That's all I'm
Alive.
saying. You know. Right, how long is Staying Alive, and is there room for anything else on the video afterwards? That's the question. It's about an hour and a half, so there should be. And then I think we'll have time for one more video, and then I'll call it a night. But thank you. This has been a really fun evening, and it seems to have worked. You know. Oh, is this from the same date? Okay.
Uses everybody's on it. Go to hell, Monero. Who cares?
I think this is going to cut off partway through because my player's already winding down. This is great, Pete. Thank you. Yeah, the tape has ended. Yeah, you know, I knew there was something in this when I bought the first batch of tapes, and I was like, I don't quite know how to do it. I was going to do some kind of and I probably still will do some kind of curated, scripted thing, but as a way of. This is probably close to my original idea, actually. The kind of, oh, thank you for the subscription. Yeah, we didn't get anywhere near the end of the film, Chris. It cut off long before then. Yeah, I mean, I guess this was probably going to be the initial type of thing, me going through tape. I mean, now that I've bought so many tapes, it's kind of not practical to do that for each individual tape. Although, again, quite enjoying doing it on the streams, so I'm going to continue doing that. But yeah, I'm hoping to do some more kind of collected things, and like, you know, maybe sort of, oh, here's like the best beer ads I've found, you know, I don't know, here's some like, here's stuffy old men being interviewed on the new, you know what I mean, that kind of thing. Quick web then. Well, I mean, as I say, if you go to my Twitter account at What's on the Tapes, you will find, you'll find a national anthem test card closed down. All right, this was the other one that people remarked on when I gave the choice before, so I'm going to put in the one that says Bilko, 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 Sykes, 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 Hancock, Bilko, Hancock, Sykes, Bilko, Hancock, Dad. I think that's probably just a list of what's on it, isn't it, rather than someone getting very excited. That's literally going to be... I think this is from the batch where a load of stuff was UK gold, which is of less interest. I feel like some people go loopy for test cards, do they? Okay. Well, this is definitely Bilko.
Boy, he sends it the most.
What is it, a crap game on it? How much is it?
So the weird thing about video... Okay, no, there was no room at the start. Sometimes even when it appears to be at the start, there'll sort of be a few like bits of programs. You get an interesting look at the history of the tape through that sometimes. Let's try and work out when, because I mean I know it was the BBC that broadcast a lot of the Bilko repeats.
The 20-mile pigeon steak race, bring money, you
I don't think. I think that is a genuine black gentleman, Chris. The contrast is quite bad on this, though.
And flew into the barracks. Hasty bell, followed by wingding.
No, sir. Wingding one, hasty bell.
It's repeated a lot. Yeah, that's true. Actually, it did seem that way, didn't it? It seemed like there was...
If the milk turns slightly sour in the mess hall, you're the first one who knows it.
Please.
And if we have one...
Possibly. I mean, let's not get cancelled. Oh, it was the contrast, right? Okay.
Now, man, let's look for
I think there was a period when they just seemed to shove Bilko in the schedule wherever there was a gap. You know, I think there were quite a few like late night Phil Silvers shows.
Here's your $25.
What do you drive
Give me
on?
those pigeons.
Hey, your pigeons.
And you
Thing is, I don't know if they've. Yeah, might well be. Might well be followed by the Addams Family. Oh, well, it's not because we've seen, but it probably would have been.
He thinks he's eating those pigeons.
I'd like an idea of when this was.
The graces those pigeons. Don't do that to our pun.
Trying to get some continuity.
Yeah, I got a problem. I got the...
Have-nots and see-ons.
So I feel like this might end up being a very anticlimactic end to the stream.
If you don't mind, I'll look for myself.
Although I might just put tape X on and we can forget that this ever happened. Because I mean, if it literally is just BBC,
Starting tomorrow at 10:30 on.
Oh, so it's quite. Yeah, I mean they're quite old. Have we got the end credits there?
George Collingsworth II and Bob Hastings as Lieutenant Anderson.
And Bilko's back tomorrow at 9:10.
9:10. It could be, Jeff. I don't know. As I say, I mean, I remember they were repeating it all throughout my childhood. You know.
Radio 5 Live.
One of the great mysteries and myths of the 20th century is the disappearance of 1930s aviator Amelia Earhart, and we tried to shed some light in 25 minutes.
Oh, okay.
First on BBC Two, Bilko's dodgy deals extend to a marriage proposal.
Okay, I tell you what. Let's put tape X on. Fingers crossed it's a bluey, although also not, because that will get me banned from Twitch. 95, 96. Yeah, the idents and I guess, yeah. I mean, there are people who know so much about this stuff that it's kind of scary.
Friday the 17th of October. Shutdown is only a week away next Saturday. And if you thought this was close today, you wait till you get the course again. If you take down.
I don't know what's going on here, but I'm already in. I don't think you were, Jeff. I think it was one of those programs which just saw a lot of repeat seasons. This might be 2003 then, I guess.
To sign up for text messages to keep up to date with all the latest developments in the World Rally Championship.
You won't tell Twitch if I don't.
Please text WRC and send it to 83188 or click onto channel4.com/WRC. CD Private Eye Mickey Rourke is hired by the mysterious Robert De Niro to find a missing singer in Alan Parker's occult thriller Angel Heart, next on 4.
After all these years, we found a loophole. He can't keep us out anymore. Bartleby and Loki. They're angels. Mission, get back to heaven. Of course it is, yeah, Marcus Bentley.
And this has what to do with me?
Bethany is the last scion. She's got to save all existence from this guy. Azrael, demon about town, bit of a badass. But she doesn't know
Hey,
this
remember when
yet.
Kevin Smith
What she
made
does
good
know
films
is that
and
she'll be
didn't just
guided by
sit and smoking weed all day?
2 of them.
I think I should go with you.
And then make a film that's just
What about
fetishizing smoking weed?
More foreplay than full on. Plus, lots of killer put-downs. Quit leering at me. People are gonna think I just broke up with you. And lots of hitting the fan. What else would you expect from an all-star cast, including Ben Affleck, Matt Damon, Linda Fiorentino, Chris Rock, Alan Rickman, and Salma Hayek?
That's why he is the king.
And you're a schmuck.
The network premiere of Dogma.
Wow.
Monday at 10 on Channel 4.
Wait, really? 2003? Because when did Dogma come out? It was 99, wasn't it?
Save your love for Venice and for me.
Yeah, 99.
Because the Maestro logo is on your Switch card, it's now.
Switch Maestro. One card. Your money at home and abroad.
Did you know your cat's heart beats twice as fast as yours? And that time can take its toll on her heart too.
Tachycardia.
But don't change how you treat her. Feed her Iams. It renews 7 of the essential nutrients needed daily to help support a strong, healthy heart.
Who remembers IAM? Oh no, it's still a thing, isn't it?
Iams. Good for the heart and good for life. And it costs less than an apple.
I've seen a lot
Just
of Woolworths
15p per
ads
meal.
so far.
So, Colin?
Well, Jim, they've beaten everybody in the tournament already. I think England will win this World Cup. England will win the World Cup.
Touch wood, we're gonna win! Get your 76-page guide to the Rugby World Cup with The Guardian tomorrow.
Did they?
Daddy, I'm using my Charmin toilet paper.
Well, Poppet, you might be surprised. With Charmin, less is more, giving you the chance to use less than any other toilet
See, I
paper.
don't know how
because
much
it's a stronger, more absorbent paper.
of the quality of this is because of the
it's
contrast
softer.
settings on my
Charmin Comfort,
thing and how much is
softer
to tape.
and more absorbent.
Yeah.
Little Miss Muffet sat on her tuffet, stroking her arms and chest. Along came a spider who sat down beside her and said, "Part of the problem's your vest. Stop making a din, you've got delicate skin. Just
Piss off,
buy new
spider."
sensitive Lenore. I've heard from my aunt
Hey,
it's got
sits down.
extract of plant," he said as it went in the drawer. When the washing was done, Miss Muffet was stunned as she felt her clothes with awe. My clothes were so rough, it really was tough, till I used new sensitive Lenore.
I knew Lenore was coming.
She's an onion. Yeah, let's get him.
Joanna Quinn, okay. So it's the tape because the previous tapes looked about it. Yeah, I mean, it's a really difficult one. Little Shop of Horrors 2 confirmed.
Special promotions available at Sainsbury's now.
Sainsbury's.
Even in the most turbulent times, Scottish Widows has stood firm. Using its strength, experience,
That's not great, is it?
investment expertise to guide its
Haven't
customers
Scottish Widows
year
gone under or
after year
owes a
after
lot of
year.
people money? I'm sure they were in the news.
Scottish Widows for life, pensions, and investment.
Imagine if there was someone who knew things about things presenting this.
Personal assistant.
Amanda Lamb, yeah, of course.
One of the most synchronized jobs on earth. At work on time. Correspondence done on time. Meetings run on time. And urgent deliveries requested online, picked up on time. So a good PA gets to dance on time.
After days before
synchronized
Hermes.
shipping.
Yeah, no, just leave the parcel by the bins. Don't worry that it's raining and they're videotapes.
If I made you head of this government, how would I answer to God?
How will you answer to Germany if you don't? Seducing an embittered country.
Here's to the next Vice President.
It makes you look brave and strong and determined.
Thank you, Fräulein Braun. Its ruthless ascent to power, knowing no bounds.
We're the largest party in the Reichstag. We are blessed by the
Wouldn't be as good with
providence
some of
of
the new
history.
things they'd be all smug about. Yeah, you do get a bit of that.
Will it be peace? We mark the
I mean,
beginning of a new era.
I can still be smug.
Hitler, the rise of evils, 5 past 9.
Yeah, I've not come across anyone who's been like that so far, but I think there is a bit of that
That's
when you
after
get people,
Angel
when
Heart,
you get stuff
which
like
contains
this.
strong language and scenes of sex and violence, which you may find disturbing.
Well, let's not break the Switch T's and C's. Let's just zoom on right. I mean, I don't know where this actually stands in the T's and C's, but when you've got like Limmy doing full episodes of 321 and James Buckley doing catchphrase and thing, and Ian doing the 11 o'clock show, you kind of think, well, it can't be the worst thing. And you know, to be fair, I've not shown you any complete programs or anything. This is more of a mate saying, yeah, I'm really enjoying this, and I really wasn't sure. I really wasn't sure whether it was going to be a good idea to do it this way. You know, I was on the fence, and Ian suggested, yeah, go on, do it. And I was like, yeah. That Hitler drama debuted on Channel 4 on the 4th of October 2003. Sounds about right. I mean, we had a... So, cool, thank you. I like knowing when these things happened.
Like magic.
Is this still Angel Heart? Or have we...
Evil is a dunghill, Mr. Angel.
I've never seen
Everyone
it,
gets
so...
on his own and speaks out about someone else's. Margaret wasn't evil. She was a strange kid, though. She was into tarot cards before she could read. Too bad I started. Some maid, a governess, who knows? Some maid, some governess. Everything you tell me's a crock of shit. You're the one that...
Oh, potty mouth. It's fine. Language is fine. It's okay to swear, just don't show any boobs. No, I won't. Who do you think I am? Amaranth? That's funny. I'd forgotten about the this is because I'm white. Yeah.
My name's not Johnny. All killed by your own hand. Guided by me, naturally. Frankly...
I mean, this seems spoilerific. Sorry to anyone who was planning on watching Angel Heart anytime soon. Okay. I'm not going to go back and look whether that was a man or a woman, but I saw nipples. Here we go. Mid-credits. Because why the hell not? Thank you, Mandy. Yeah, there will definitely be more. As I say, it can't quite be weekly because of my schedule, but I'll try and like sort things well in advance. This was kind of an impromptu thing. Yeah, I'll try and sort things well in advance so that you know what days I'm going to be doing this on. Yeah, thank you. Genuinely, thank you everyone who's come along tonight. This has been a lot better than I expected it to be. And this whole project, it's already taking off in ways that I didn't anticipate, frankly. You know, I know this stuff's of some interest. And I was kind of worried about this as well, because I did feel like maybe people are just in it for the tape, you know, for the stuff. And that there wasn't any of me in this, and it was just going to be me slaving. But yeah, this has been really good. It's good. I'm saying this all this with the end credits on. Yep. Yes, yeah, no, it's very fitting, which I've now ruined by reading that out. And yeah, damn it.
Christopher Lee classic next on 4, the macabre and gory horror whodunit, The Theatre of Death.
Whoa.
Quit leering at me. People are going to think I just...
Oh, come on. We don't need the Dogma ad again. It was a good ad. It represented the film.
So
it made me want to watch the film. But we don't need it again. Let's look at some sanitary towels instead.
During your period, your body is more sensitive, and you may be more aware of how comfortable things are. The good news is, Always have introduced a completely new cotton-like top sheet. So you can have Always super absorbent protection now with a new cotton-like feeling.
Action ball tabs from Vanish give you the power of soaking in your wash. So stains
The
disappear.
days before Tide Pods.
If you're already using Optimax Unleaded, you'll know the difference it can make.
Oh, what's the fella's name?
The extra power to respond safely just when you need it. But then what else would you expect from the only fuel developed with Ferrari?
What's Tiffany Dell, is it? Was it him?
There it is again. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I see it too.
These pictures have just
Marcus brings up that. Someone said the other, I said, oh, it's got David Pulis and Tom Baker, and someone's like, and it's got Chris Barry narrating. I'm like, to be fair, like, so did Tom Baker. Chris Barry and Tom Baker did a lot of adverts.
20 to 5 on 4, Jeremiah gets an offer he can barely refuse in Men, Women and Dogs. That's after the cult classic, The Theatre of Death.
Yeah, I can picture him. I don't know if it is Tiffany Dell. No, it's not Tiffany Dell.
If you hadn't taken care of me, I couldn't have done it. Well, did you see the show?
No, they laughed in my face. Back stalls next Thursday was the best they could manage.
Oh, it's going to bug me if I can't find out who the guy was.
Oh, there's Madame Angelique.
Quentin Wilson.
Come on, I'd like you to meet her.
That's the fella. Oh, yes, Robert Fight. No, thank you, Chris. As I say, follow me at What's on the Tapes if you're not already, and I'll give a schedule for these things once I've worked one out.
What did you think of the show?
Yeah, don't worry. The rest of you, I am gonna wrap it up in the next 10 minutes or so, because I want to chill a bit before I go to bed. I've got work in the morning.
And in order to maintain that tradition, the Darvis tradition.
I mean, this has been chill, but different kind of chill. That's him from Last Crusade. Which one? Oh, Denham Elliott? Marcus.
Sketch of this party.
Oh no, he's him. No, he's a Nazi, isn't he?
This girl was. Who did it, Darvis? Yes.
Yeah.
Extraordinary.
Oh,
I thought you were going to kill the other girl.
Yes.
Well, that's the theatre for you.
No, thank you. Yeah, again, this has been really, and it wouldn't have been nearly as good fun if you guys hadn't done that. Yeah. Oh, what's the Christopher Neame? That's it. Yeah, he was in Doctor Who, City of Death, I think, and he was in Star Trek. I think he's one of that core of actors who have done Doctor Who and Star Trek. No worries, Dan. Julian Glover. Yeah. Yes. No. Thank you, Dan. And thank you, Rocket Viper. Yeah. Again, I'd hoped it would be, but I didn't know. Yeah. I look forward to doing a lot more of them, and I mean, given that everyone's kind of gradually trailing off, I feel like I should have stopped 10 minutes ago, but just having too much fun.
Not a broken down ballerina.
He was split over to, yeah. I was, yeah, Christopher Neame is someone, yeah. Oh, Christopher Neame was Sharda, wasn't he? City of Death Sharda. I'm getting my Doctor Who's confused. That's alright, the VCR is slowly grinding to a halt.
He certainly knew every facet of the bloodlusts and...
Yeah, City of Death, of course, was the one that had John Cleese and Eleanor Brom just turn up. John Cleese's like, oh, there's the TARDIS. Then the Doctor gets in.
It's impossible to think he's dead.
It's post 9 PM footage. It's like the extra features on the DVD. Absolutely. You are the privileged few who get to see this. I mean, I kind of suspected with a name like Whovian in 1983 that might quite like Doctor Who. And indeed, Who Man 1989. I don't know. Are you as well? I obviously Doctor Who finished in 1989. I do like getting to the end of a tape, just because, again, you don't know what you'll get a little bit of just because the recording stopped. The Who with a little bit of Doctor Who. Okay, cool. All Who's are welcome here. Doctor Who, The Who, Horton Hears a Who. It's all good. It's all good, guys. Again, I need to... Every now and then I say something like that. That's an Ianism. I need to phase those out when I'm doing streaming. It's odd, you know, between the podcast and the radio show and thing, you sort of pick things up. Like with the Arachnophobia tape, they manually would have changed to BBC One's. Yeah.
She was desperate, seeing her child starve to death.
Yeah, well, this is what I said on the radio last night. One of my favourite things so far was Matilda. It's like, and Matilda learned that day, and then it's out there. The Tits and Trauma series from late night Channel 5 in the early 2000s, and it's like, that's, I mean, sure, maybe we'll never know what Matilda learned, but yeah, that's the kind of thing that's just cool about videos. I mean, no idea what's going on this tape anymore, but I feel like we're all just winding down. We're not quite as near the end of the tape as I thought we were, which... Oh, no, we are. Again, slick. Ooh. Alright. Whatever this ad break is, let's watch that. And then this'll be the grand finale. Oh, Hitler again. Wouldn't be the same if we didn't have Hitler in our grand finale, would it? Girl on scooter, belly dancer, voodoo dancers, lots of dancing in this film. The Tony Scott drummers.
He manipulated the fears of politicians.
If I made you head of this government, how...
Alright, there's only so much Hitler we need on a stream.
Soft waves in Hugh Johnson's baby wipes.
Ah, Hugh Laurie.
It confirms that these waves of lotion in a pillow soft fabric.
Has anyone watched Avenue 5, by the way, the new Hugh Laurie thing?
Scale on the gurgle counter.
Action
I watched the first episode of that. It's got potential, but I've not gone back to it yet.
In your wash, so stains disappear.
I mean, this is the problem. We start to repeat ourselves quite heavily.
Give them Cheerios with 4 healthy whole grains, corn, oats, rice and wheat to help them face whatever life brings. Get your wellies on or go to the park.
Not this one.
Wellies? It's not even raining. So the best big dry road in the world. Still think he looks like a monkey?
Yeah, he gets that from your dad's side. Cheerios. There's a whole lot of good in those little O's.
That dad was left unattended. That's appalling.
That's the way to do it.
2003, the days of analog TV. Yeah, I mean, I was in my first year at university at this point, I guess.
What's magic without Reddits?
Magic Month begins tonight at 9 on 4.
Wow.
Hercules, you're here at last. I have traveled many galaxies to save your planet from these Clardon warriors.
Late night Channel 4 idents.
We are but not against these strange invaders.
Yeah, I was already using Freeview. I mean, I guess I probably recorded. What?
You know what the great thing is? This is the first Saturday.
What was that? I mean, I guess this is the end of the tape because it's. Oh no. Oh, I remember on digital. Yeah, were they ITV digital at some point? Men, women, and dogs. And now we've got whatever this is. She's enjoying herself. I want to know what's happened here. Also, I want to know about men, women, and dogs. I'm not sure that that's a safe thing to put into a search engine.
I'm bringing in twice as much as I ever did before.
2001 comedy ran for one season.
15 million a month. Come on. Now, that's serious money, no? Your bank boys gotta come down.
Starred Bill Bellamy, Danny Pino.
We can't do that.
Yeah, nobody I recognise at all.
Johnny, sweetheart, we're not
Ken Tucker of Entertainment Weekly described the series as the most insultingly moronic, sniggering sitcom of the year.
That's the problem. I didn't know.
I kind of wish we'd managed to see more of that. Oh, this is Scarface, is it? Okay. I think we all could watch Scarface if we wanted to. This has got to be so near the end of the tape. Ran for one season. Yep. Late night Channel 4 fodder. Yeah. Oh, I loved it. That I mean, yeah, stuff like bits and the CG animation things. And ITV wanted to throw the full weight of their name behind it to make it more of a success. I'd say spending several million on football rights nobody wanted to see kind of sealed the deal a bit. Yeah. Good job it's after 9 AM. Wow. Don't think that was lemon sherbet up her nose. Yeah, I think you might be right. I think she might have been on a bit of the older Angus Deaton. I miss Angus Deaton. Specifically in that role.
Congratulations.
How about you?
I'm assuming this is the 4-hour tape because I think we're at like 3 minutes 53 on the counter. So, oh, what's going on here?
It openly.
Oh, and we're done. The tape has decided that we are done. Yeah, again, thank you so much, guys. This has been a lot of fun. And you all seem to have enjoyed it too, and that's really nice. It gives me hope that there's something in this, you know. So I'll definitely do more of these streams. As I say, follow me at What's on the Tapes on Twitter, and I'll sort of go to, you know, I'll put up a schedule once I've worked it out. I might also do some impromptu ones, so make sure you're following me on Twitch. You know, I might do some kind of, because I'm going through this stuff anyway. So there might be some times when I'm just like, you know what, I'm going to go on stream. But I will make sure I schedule specific sort of 90-minute, 2-hour things. Yeah, wow. Thank you, guys. Yeah, Wild Rose, Hoovian, I love you. Let's see, Daddy Dino, Infamous Show, Matt Clark, Sit Stands, Skilacci, Human, Hoovian, Windsock might be a person, might be a bot. Anyway, everyone who's watched it, thank you, Daddy Dino, thank you, and I'll see you all very soon. Do spread the word, because hopefully this is going to become a thing, and I'm enjoying it. I'll see you all very soon.